Hello class and welcome to COMS280 Advanced Programming in C++. Let me start by stating I wish you a happy and wonderful and amazing new year to you and your loved ones. Hopefully 2021 will bring a lot of health, happiness, success, anything that is not negative that we saw in 2020. So if you're watching the video, that means you are in the right spot, which is Canvas, modules, and then orientation. I'll go over the requirements of the course, what needs to be done, how you need to get it done, the expectations that will complete during the semester, and then how to earn a 4.0 and have some fun. So as soon as you log into Canvas, the first thing you'll see is a welcome announcement, which is basically telling you, that we'll be doing advanced C++, utilizing Visual Studio 2019 compiler, which I'll talk about in a sec, where you can download a full enterprise version for free, and other software is available. Also, if some of you will remember back in the days, Microsoft Imagine, it changed to Azure now, and etc. So I'll talk about that in a sec. Then what the steps that you need to get done, some of the stuff will complete, which are practices, non-graded exercises, some graded exercises that you'll need to complete, comprehensive quizzes, discussion questions, projects. You'll have multiple projects, especially the second half of the semester, where you'll start creating actual software for the class. So what needs to be done? Going to watch the video, which you guys are already doing, which is awesome. Good job. Which is available under modules folder. Introduce yourself under discussions, which I'll go over in a sec, and then finally review the syllabus very carefully, which I'll go over also in a sec. So if you go under discussions, the first thing you'll see is introductions. I know coders don't like to type regular words. They only want to focus on coding. However, please go ahead and copy and paste those, or just answer them by replying to this thread right here. So you can just copy them, reply to the thread, and then you'll be able to post your answer. I did mine. You can read it, you don't have to. It's not gonna affect your grade in any way or shape. The second thread available for you guys is peer help. Peer help is the equivalent of asking questions when we're in a face-to-face in a classroom. So the goal here is for you to ask here questions related to the content of the chapter before you get hold of me if you have issues with any content. So I want you to post it here first. Allow 24 hours for a reply. If there is no reply, then at that time I'll either myself reply here, or if you don't hear from me, then go ahead and email me at that time. Unfortunately, we're missing the face-to-face component with COVID and everything. So this helps to create discussions, and also might help other students, think about other possible questions and etc. So let's make it fun. Last thread, current events. It's not a requirement. It's just if you find anything interesting about IT in general, programming, security, computer networking, etc., a link, an article, a video on YouTube or something, you can just reply to the post here, and then have a title. You don't have to summarize it and spend time on it. You can just put a title, what is it, and then hopefully we'll be able to create some type of discussion during the semester. So if we go back under home, you'll see weekly announcements. I strongly recommend that you log in a few times a week. Takes less than a couple minutes for you to go under announcements and look at if there's any new announcement that I posted in there. The only way for me to get hold of you guys is through announcements. So please remember to do so by going under announcements few times a week. So like that, if I forgot something, or I wanted you to focus on something else, or there's an update, please go in there. So as you can see, week 1, we're going to cover chapter 4 and 5. So we're skipping chapter 1 through 3, which are basic stuff. So guys can review it. If you have any question, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to spend some time on it one-on-one with you guys. But we'll be jumping into chapter 4 and 5, which are also basic, but want to spend some time on them, which are related to structure and how to do selection. Basically here we're looking at how to code without going in order. That's what these chapters discuss. with the previous programming classes from Python to Intro to C++ to Intro to .NET, etc., you always went through the process of creating code step by step, going in the right order from start to finish. Here, you're going to just make it a jambalaya and like go all over the place. That's the idea of these chapters. And the test that you need to complete: read the chapters, review the PowerPoint slides, study the key terms, complete these practices, and I have an answer key which I'll go over in a sec. I'll show you what the answer key look like and why is it a good idea to spend some time on those practices, because it'll allow you to get an idea of how close you are and how far you are. Now, is there a right or wrong way of coding? No, as long as you have the correct answer, but there is a clean and non-clean way of coding, and you guys are in the advanced. That means you're done with math. This is your last course of coding. You're about to get out of here and get into the field, so you definitely need to clean up your code and have concise code, have nice comments available within the code, which I expect from you, from all of you, no exception. When you're writing your code, I expect comments from you within your code, clean comments, and etc. So there's a key, answer key for it. Complete the quiz, complete the assignment, turn those into Canvas, and then complete the weekly attendance survey. So if you go under modules, your orientation, you guys are already watching the syllabus. You can download a PDF file, save it somewhere if you want, or if not, you don't have to do that. Name is Joel. Sorry, I did not mention that at the beginning. I'll be your instructor for the semester. Best way to get hold of me is via email. I do check my email 7 days a week, very often a day. Now, what might be the reason that you emailed me and I did not reply? 3 things I can think of. 1, you did not state anything in the subject line, or you typed homework, or you typed assignment, or you typed something funky that I didn't know what it was. Maybe not homework. Homework will make sense. But I do get a lot of junk emails from publishers related to specific content. Sometimes they throw you off stating homework and stuff like that. Please remember to type COMS280 WWW01 in the subject line of your email. I'll know it's from a student. I'll know I have to reply immediately. That will allow me to figure it out really quickly that it is an email from a student and that I need to reply. So I'll jump on it and not just pass over it and not worry about it. We used to get millions of emails a day before COVID. With COVID, we're getting billions and trillions and decillions emails. So if I don't see an email from a coworker or my boss or a student, I usually ignore it. Option 2, you used your personal email address instead of using my email platform, and then you got blocked by the firewall somehow, or it went to my junk mail. Option 3, I messed up. I just missed your email somehow. So if you send an email, allow me 24 hours. And if you don't hear from me, please do it again. Send it and keep hunting me until you get an answer from me. Now, when it comes to attendance, if you are on financial aid, if you are dealing with financial aid, you have to complete the attendance survey once a week. Our semester starts on Saturday, so it ends on Friday. You'll need to get that done on a weekly basis for financial aid purposes. If you're not on financial aid, you're paying from pockets, your own pocket, you don't even have to worry about it. This will not affect your grade at all or whatsoever. So if you are, please remember to do so, as every Saturday when I submit attendance, there is not much that can be done about it, as that's it. That's basically what it is. Now, when it comes to course description, it is the advanced version of the first course you took, which is COMS171. So here we'll deal with advanced coding, with more complicated subjects. Basically, we'll take it to the next level. The textbook that you'll need is C++ programming from design, including data structure. There's no access code or anything with it. So if you get a ebook or you get a hard copy, it doesn't matter. Either way will do the job. So please make sure to get it. If you don't have one, you'll need it ASAP. Course objectives, class expectations, grades, I'll leave that to you. What we'll have is basically assessments, projects, discussion questions, and exams that will complete. Would the amount of points vary? Yeah, it all depends on how much is assigned a week, but basically the idea is you'll have homework that you'll need to complete, coding homework during the semester. You'll have projects you'll need to complete during the semester, discussion questions. How many? I'll say anywhere between 5 and 10 discussion questions based on the load, the weekly load. You'll have about 5 to 10 exams. You'll definitely have two, one midterm, one final. So if you look at the grid just below, something definitely to keep track of, as this is the plan. Would that change? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it all depends on how everything is going on. And I see the work, and the work is fine, the work is not fine, and etc. etc. So here you can see what we complete on a weekly basis. So discussion question will not start until week two. So the first one will be assigned in week two. There is none of them. There is no discussions in week one. And then from there you can see that I stopped at discussion 5 with 6. I'm sorry. Is there going to be more maybe after? It's possible. It all depends on how the class is running and based on what I see from your work that you turn in and etc. So from here you can see what we complete on a weekly basis. These are the chapters. Like week 1, week 2, we complete each day, each week we complete 2 chapters, which are pretty straightforward chapters. When we get to overloading and templates, that's when I'll assign you project 1 because it works on templates, so you'll need to get templates done. When we deal with handling and recursion, exception handling and recursion, we'll be working on project 2, 3, 4, etc. So it's basically the second half of the semester where we'll be working on small projects which combined at the end will be able to have a big large project. Now when it comes to discussion questions, there is 2 parts to it. First part is for you to answer the question I assign you. That is due before Tuesday of the week. So for week 1 we start on Saturday, it's due before Tuesday of the same week. And a single reply, one reply to one of your peers' posts. So you reply to their post. Now, the requirements of the initial post is about 5 full sentences per question that you need to answer. I'm not looking for a page, 2, 3, 4. No. A single page, a single paragraph will do the job. 5 full sentences per question. When you reply to your peer, a minimum of 3 to 5 sentences. Once again, it has to be your own wording, not something you copy and paste from the internet. You do that, that's plagiarism. You don't want to do that. So there is no right or wrong answer. As long as you give me an answer that makes sense related to the question itself, you'll get full points for it. Late policies, incomplete policies, I usually don't allow those. Now, if there's a special situation, hopefully nothing bad will happen to you or your loved one, but if something happened, please get hold of me as soon as possible. Hopefully you'll have some type of documentation I can get from you, allows me to get some type of approval from administration. I'll navigate through bureaucracy to try to get you some points. So for incomplete MOTS policies, that you have to have 75% of the class completed with the passing grade. So that's a passing grade right there. So based on that, hopefully that will not be needed. Withdraw, folks, withdraw is not an option for you, period. I don't care what happened. I don't care how it happens. We have to find a solution for you to pass the class. You need to salvage it and pass. This is basically the end of your road here, and this course is offered once a year. So definitely everybody must pass the class somehow. I don't know how. We'll need to work on it until you pass the class and move on to either find a job or a 4-year institution. And this grade is a failing grade. As I stated earlier at the start of the orientation, downloading Visual Studio, you can go to this website right here, which is Azure, and create an account. It's free because you'll need your MOT email. That's how they verify you're a student. It was Microsoft Imagine, it was Azure, no, not Azure, it was something else. Like, it had so many names and then they stopped it. Now they brought it back. Through your MOT email address, create a password, do the verification, click on software. You'll be able to download a full version of Visual Studio Enterprise 2019. You can download Windows Server operating system. You can download Windows 10 operating system. You can download Visual Studio, and there's a lot more goodies that you can download. So please take advantage of that as soon as possible if you don't already have a full version. I know for my students in 171, we use the community version. That also is fine. If you have the Visual Studio community version, it's fine. It will do the job. But why not take advantage of the enterprise version and download it, which is good for life, so it's not something that will expire. And I think it's a good $500. That's what it costs to have. There's a lot more options with the enterprise version when it comes to the flavors that you want to run Visual Studio. So the different types of languages that you can compile and run and compile on this. So please jump on it as soon as possible. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to assist you with it. Academic integrity, I expect you to do your own work, your own coding, not just copy and paste from the internet. Can you use content from the internet? Of course you can, but you got to make sure that you just don't copy and paste pure code from the internet. There is no excuse for that at this level. You guys are professionals here, in my opinion, because you're in this class and you're about to graduate. Financial aid, if you have any financial aid questions, please contact Financial Aid Services. They'll be able to help you. Statement of accommodation, if you have any disability, please get hold of the disability services. They'll be able to walk you through this and will tell you what needs to be done. Let me know and I'll work around it. Same thing for Title IX if you qualify for it. MCC Care Team, this is something related to personal matter. They keep everything anonymous, meaning it's between you and them. They don't share the information with the college or anybody. If you have personal issues or family issues, please contact them. They'll be more than happy to assist. Honor code, I'll leave that to you. Possible dangerous situation, leave that to you. System policies, leave that to you. COVID statement and policies, it does not apply to our course, but if you have a class that meets on campus face-to-face, please read these requirements. We just want to keep everybody safe, keep you safe, and keep the folks on campus safe, and want to keep you out of trouble and keep the college out of trouble. So please go over the content as what the requirements are. Try to have it as clean as possible for you to follow. Student responsibility, two main things. I stated it already. Please check announcements in Canvas a few times a week. It will take you 1 to 2 minutes to log in, check the announcements, and then bye-bye. If there's anything new, great, you look at, you know what needs to be done. If you don't see anything, as usual, everything is good to go. The same thing applies to your email, to your my email. Example, disclaimer about the syllabus. If there's any change I have to make to the syllabus, what would I do? The steps are, I will update the syllabus content, I will post a new version in Canvas, I will post an announcement in Canvas, I will send you an email to your my email. That's why I want you to make sure to review, to check, announcements weekly multiple times, and check your my email just in case there is a something emergency that I forgot to say, or I want you to focus on something specific, something of that nature. So I'll be able to go ahead and jump on it and help you out that way. Mod cultural value, please read those. Let me know if you have any questions. Finally, dates available on our website. I just put them in there for you guys to utilize if you need them at some point. So that's what it comes for the syllabus. Now, if it comes to the units, so if you look at Unit 1, basically you'll have an overview, and every week you'll have similar thing. Tells you what chapters we'll be covering, objectives, and activities that you'll need to complete on a weekly basis. For example, here it tells you to read the 2 chapters, look at the PowerPoint slides, which are, after reading the chapters, and when I say reading, you're probably scanning through the chapters. I strongly recommend to go over the PowerPoints. They're a good summary. They do help tremendously if you missed something or something you did not click or something like that. It will help. Study key terms, very useful for your quizzes. Complete programming exercises, practice from chapter 4 and 5. Review the answer key, which I'll go over in a sec. Complete the quiz, complete the assignment, turn it into Canvas, and then complete the weekly attendance. So if we move on to the PowerPoint slides, you can review those. Okay, you can download them and then review them. Very useful. They do help tremendously. Like I stated, it's just a think about it as a summary of the chapter. Okay, then we'll go to key term. Why is the key term a critical thing? I'm sorry, key terms. The key terms allows you to refer to specific things available within the book, and they help you also with the quizzes. When you're completing the quizzes, the key terms will come to play a pretty interesting role. Now, when it comes to solutions to the exercises, why I would like to focus on this, because this is the way you will complete your homework. Okay, every homework that you'll need to complete is this process right here. I'm opening, my computer is pretty slow, but the way it will look that you'll need to get done is state the exercise. So this one is chapter 4. Think about this is your homework. Exercise 3, you wrote it in Visual Studio. Okay, you compiled it. Once you compile it, you take a print screen. Okay, make your if you can make your output a little bit bigger, you'll take a print screen of your output. You'll paste it in a Word document. Okay, like I did here, and then you'll copy the code from Visual Studio and you'll paste it below your print screen. That is the way you have to turn in every single assignment that I provide you. Same thing with even when we do the projects. Now you see my comments here. I omitted comments and purposes. I didn't want to give you comments in here because I'm expecting you to give me comments in your own way. I don't want you to just follow my style of doing. My style might be stinky. I want you to have your own way. I expect comments in every single code. If I get something like this, you'll be marked down. I need to see comments as to each one of those is what. Okay, even though this is a small program, that's fine. I don't care. Just make sure to provide comments within your code. Now you move on. The other exercises, same process. Same process. So you'll turn in a Word document, not a PDF file. Why? Because I look at the output. If it looks good to me, I'll scan through the code really quickly. Everything good, fine. If it's not working, if your program is not working, I'll be able to copy your code and compile it myself and try to debug it that way and try to see what the error is. So please turn in a Word document with your print screens and the code itself. Okay, that's what you'll need to do for every single homework that I assign you that is coding, when it comes to regular exercises from the book or the projects themselves. Okay, then you'll have a quiz. Quizzes are usually 5-10 questions. You'll have 10 minutes to take them. Once you start, you'll have to just answer the questions. They're usually multiple choice, true and false, that you'll answer, and then save and submit, and that's basically it. You're done for that one. That's pretty much it when it comes to the quiz. Very, very simple. Then you'll have your homework, which like I stated, is similar to the assignments that the practices that I just showed you. So for this week, you'll complete exercise 6 and 20 from chapter 4, and then 14 and 28 from chapter 5. Good place to go is c++.com forums to review if you have any questions or you're stuck on something specific. Like I stated, I expect plenty of comments within your code. I expect you to write your own code. I do not want to see a copy and paste from the internet. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I know the game. I know how stuff can be found online, and I'll Google them. I was called Dr. Google before because I Google every single thing. Can you guys go ahead and Google the exercises online and find some code? That's why I told you to go on C++ forums, because you'll be able to find answers. That is actually a good key for a good programmer, is someone that goes and try to find stuff online and then modify it to their own needs. I don't have a problem you finding stuff online and modifying the code to have something that answers specific questions. I do not have a problem with that, but please just don't copy and paste from the internet, as that is simple, purely put, plagiarism, and it looks pretty ugly, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's the assignment. You'll turn in a Word document under the Dropbox, which just attaching an answer key. So you choose your file and then you turn it in. Last but not least is your attendance, weekly attendance that you'll need to complete, a survey, one question, yes, I'm present for the week, and you'll have to get that done before January 15th, which is Friday of this week, of our first week. Now, the last thing that will pop up week 2 is the discussion questions. Like I said, um, usually 2 to 3 questions that I want you to answer. Um, Simple, don't overthink it. After you read the chapter, they'll be pretty simple to answer. They'll be all from the chapters, usually content that I want you to, emphasize more you're thinking about. Now, I am planning to have Zoom meetings during the week. I don't have specific dates yet, but I'm planning on having some. Please feel free to pop in whenever you get a chance. If you have any questions or just to, say hi and then disappear. And also, I am available 100% if you want to meet one on one. Let me know. Send me an email with few dates and few times, and I'll be more than happy to select one. And then from there, select a Zoom meeting, and then we can meet one on one. Folks, it is very critical that you pass the class this semester. Have fun. Let's get a 4.0. This is your last class. There is no option for you to fail it or withdraw from it. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever I can in my power to help you pass the class. Please get hold of me. Don't just disappear on me and I don't hear from you until week 7 or 8 or 9 and you didn't do anything at that time. Trust me, there is no approval that will come from administration. 100%. They will not approve anything. Basically, you lost the time, money, and effort, and you're stuck for another year because the course is not available until next winter of 2022. So let's have a fantastic semester. Let's have some fun. Stay safe, and please get hold of me and take care.